Hello people of YouTube, my name's Vince, also known as PleasantKenobi on the internet, and I'm going to be playing Death and Taxes in a daily today, and who better to join me for a white weenie deck than Mr. White himself, the White Rabbit, Rob.
Hello.
So, we have been playing this deck for about a week now. It's not obviously something that we come up with, it's something that has existed in Legacy and Modern for a long, long time. We have had actually quite a lot of success with it. We played 6-5-3-2-2 single limbs. We've 3-0'd 3 of them. We won the first round of another that MTGO crashed on, and then we've lost 2 others. Normally to decks we hadn't seen, like I lost to Living End when I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and Boggles wrecked us, but I think Boggles just an awful matchup if you don't have the correct hand. Anyway, so a bit of a deck tech before we jump into the daily. So we are running 23 lands, we're running 16 planes, we're running an Django Castle to protect Thalia's and Razes. We're running 2 tech edges because they blow up non-basics, and Ghost Quarters. Now Ghost Quarters aren't that good in Modern unless you're running Lean and Arbiter, so this is kind of like a synergistic combo, if you will, that allows us to go on a mana denial plan. So on top of that, you then got your Thalias, which tax the opponent for what they can cast. So that means that if we are denying them on lands and playing a Thalia, we slow down opponents, who mean Twin can't go off until turn 5 without having to kill Thalia. If they're using removal on Thalia, they're not using it on our beaters, and so on and so forth. We play Path, which gives them a land, so it might seem counterintuitive to the mana denial plan, but if we've got an Arbiter in play, it doesn't give them a land most of the time, so it becomes the most broken removal spell in Magic. Then we've come to this sort of arrangement of 1-drops. So normal white weenie strategies would run shitloads of 1-drops. We're running 3 because we're not a traditional white weenie deck. We don't just beat face, we sort of control the board of the creatures. So we've got Drive Militants because they're fucking sweet against Grixis Delver and any deck with like graveyard interaction in the format. Turn Snapcasters off, makes Goyf smaller, etc. And Javeliniers because they're a 1/1 that sometimes just kill lilies after they take down, or kill a token and make combat more favourable for us and stuff like that. The other
and kills Bob.
Bob, Cleek, you name it, it normally kills it in some way. It's actually surprisingly versatile. Here we have Eighth Vial, the other 1-drop, which allows us to do the main part of what the deck does, ticking them up to 2 and 3, and then flashing in Arbiters, flashing Flicker Wisps, flashing in Blade Slicers to block with, and then what we do is we just generate value off of Flicker Wisping stuff and raging stuff. We play Finks to new aggro, we play Relic Warders to just get that value normally off of them. Brimaz is a big dumb beater, and Resto Angels are sort of our end game plan of just flashing them in and beating face or making value off of Blade Splicers. So that's the core of the deck. The interactions are ridiculous. Things like Flicker Wisps can reset your O-rings, allowing you to just kill off the fact that you need to kill off at the time. They also allow you to gain life of Finxes, they allow you to reset Javeliniers, they allow you to protect creatures from removal, they allow you to, if you flicker them out in the end steps and stuff, you get to turn off their lands for a turn. I mean, there's a lot of complex interactions that hopefully we'll see in some games in a moment. Gara's the also spicy one of as well, because he's better in Legacy when you have Caracas to abuse him with, but he's still good in Modern when you can flicker him.
What would you say is been the best Flicker Wisp interaction we've had so far?
Oh, I think it was when we get to loop them and just take them off blockers and lands, like turn after turn after turn, and then just beat them down with 2/2s and 3/1s. I think that's my favourite because it's the most consistent and the most like powerful feeling. There are much more dumb ones, aren't there? When we're like
yes,
playing Resto to blink our Flicker Wisps, to Flicker Wisp our Resto, to then on end step
get the Flicker Wisp back and then get rid
of the Flicker Wisp again. And then get rid of their land for a turn. Because if we get rid of something in the end step, it's gone until the next end step. So it's pretty dumb. It's pretty funny. The deck is just one of the most fun decks I've ever played that's actually generally competitive as well. People say it's not well positioned in their own meta. I disagree. It seems to have quite a good matchup against most things. We struggle with Soul Sisters, tokens, and Boggles so far. Everything else is either fair game or a bit of a cakewalk. Affinity's apparently bad, but we've had some really good matchups against them, so don't know if that's just luck. On that topic,
there's one other card you haven't mentioned in our main board.
Oh, what have I missed?
Our new card.
Oh, of course. This is the real spicy one of Metamorph. Now, we haven't tested it at all. We just bought it at like 2 o'clock in the morning this morning and then went to bed. Metamorph, we have not tested it at all. We just bought it at like 2 o'clock in the morning this morning and then went to bed. Metamorph, we have not tested it at all. We just bought it at like 2 o'clock in the morning this morning and then went to bed. he is basically a second copy of anything else on the board. He can obviously be things that are in the play for the opponent. He can be reset with any flickers to get more value out of him. He's kind of a utility flex spot, isn't he? And hopefully we'll see how good he is when we get to like just copy our Finxes and things like that.
Or he could be a Siege Rhino.
Or he can be a Siege Rhino, or a Tasigur, or a Bob. Because I mean, Bob's pretty good in our deck. You know, all these sort of things. So yeah, I'm excited to play him because he's one of my favourite Magic cards. Whether or not he actually wins us or loses us games, we'll find out in a moment. And then we come to the sideboard, which is it's probably not as tight as I want it to be. So we've got a Militant for the graveyard-based decks. We've got a Javelineers for the decks where we can kill the X-ones. We have a mono-red hate package of Core Firewalker, Forge Tender, Core Firewalker, and Mark of Asylum and Purge. Oh, got some packs from my last draft.
Although Purge also helps us with like lilies and anything black, waste knots.
Yeah, so it helps in all sorts of matchups. So Junk, Jund, the 8-rack matchup that we've surprisingly already played, kills Taskers, kills Rhinos, kills Lilies, kills Sorens. It kills quite a lot of things. So it's obviously again a versatile card. It's not just for mono red. In mono red, it just kills like their 1-drop beaters. Firewalker, Forge Tender, and even to an extent Mark even more so are really good against any red X decks, so Splinter Twin, Blue White Red Control, Grixis Delver, Storm. It's good against any deck where they're playing red cantrips and want to burn our attackers away. Magic Bomb blows up tokens and deals with problem permanents. It's probably one of our Boggle sideboard cards. Metal is for the attrition game against like grindier decks like Jund and Junk. Blade Splicer. To be honest, we still feel like we should have 4 in the main board, but the main board's getting quite tight. I mean, maybe he might go in over Mangara or the Phyrexian Metamorph further down the line.
Yeah, at some point, definitely. I think the other thing is that we are still lacking engineered explosives.
Yeah, so engineered explosives are fucking expensive.
We need to get up.
I mean, I bought this deck relatively on the cheap, and we've upgraded it with tickets that we've won, so it's just self-sustaining itself at the moment. Brimazes, the Tech Edges. It probably needs another Mutavault, it probably needs engineered explosives, it probably needs some Mind Sensors as well, and then we'll get to a point where we're probably happy with the deck. But Blade Splicer comes in when we want to have more blockers, when we want to have more explosive aggro draws, where we go Blade Splicer, Flicker with Blade Splicer, that sort of thing. Relic Warder's kind of hits on affinity, hits on enchantments.
As does
Affinity
Stone
hate
Silence.
also turns off a lot of blue Tron interactions and Bat Skulls on the rare occasion. Rest in Peace is the other graveyard hate card. Disenchant for against Merfolk, so we can get their Vials and their Spreading Seas, or against Splinter Twin, or against Affinity. And Dawn Charm is a weird card that comes in against so many different decks because it stops us getting like burn. It turns off the fog mode of Cryptic Command. It prevents damage from like Zoo and Affinity and Infect. It regenerates our creatures against removal. It's just a surprisingly versatile card. So
yep, and it's it saved us.
It's won us games. It's literally won us games. And originally we were playing it for a bit of fun, and over time I've actually come to actually really enjoy the card. So I think we'll probably be keeping that in the sideboard for time to come. Mentor hasn't proven his weight yet.
I don't think so, no. But I mean, we haven't come across against any proper control decks. Some of the really slow ones. Yeah,
exactly. But then again, it's difficult to decide whether he's good there because of whether or not he beats Wrath effects. So we'll see. I mean,
at the very least, he kind of gets around one form removal if we can.
Yeah, exactly.
Because even if they destroy the next thing we kill, we still.
He also draws removal as well. We've seen people actually just kill him on the spot because they obviously believe he's a better card advantage than we do. But I mean, he could be a Phyrexian Revoker or Pithing Needle. I mean, I've registered for this event now, and I was thinking actually a Pithing Needle on the side would probably be a good thing. But we're registered now, so let's see if our mistakes punish us.
Yes.
Play. We want to go first. We get a very average hand. It's okay.
Well, the question we keep asking ourselves is what happens if we get Thoughtseize?
If we get Thoughtseized, we lose Arbiter, and then we got a turn 3 and turn 4 play. I think it's fine. I mean, it's better than your average 6, right? Okay.
Yep.
So, on the play, let's play planes and pass the turn. Basic planes go.
Mismatched.
Yeah, right.
Basic planes.
The other thing to note as well is that if you're watching this expecting to learn how to play Death and Taxes really well, we're probably not the right people to watch. We're just like sort of rocking it for the fun of it. Right.
Yep. Misty Rainforest.
It
Could be
be
boggles.
literally anything. Let's just not hope it's not boggles. Though Relic Ward is actually a good draw if it is boggles. Right. He'll crack in response to us playing Arbiter now, right? Oh, he'll fuck it up. The other thing we've learned about D&T on MTGO is that
it's really hard for people to play against us, because to pay for that ability on the Leaning Arbiter, you've got to remember to click on the Arbiter before you do whatever it is you want to do. Otherwise it automatically fails.
Basically, the D&T, not only is it a way of attacking the metagame from a different angle, it's a way of attacking players from a different angle because of the interface of MTGO being so fucking bad. So, right, let's smash face with Arbiter.
And then slam a Placeplacer. And if it eats remand...
Well, it's not going to because you can't search that forest, that rainforest. It's not going to happen. So, beat for 2. Spell Snare would stop a 2-drop.
But Blades Placer
is he's clearly not 2 mana. If he was, it'd be even more gross. So we might get an easy rise this game because of him messing up the interaction with Arbiter. Or just not realising, perhaps.
Quite possibly. Hey, that's part of the power of the deck, is that it is, like you say, attacking from different angles and people aren't necessarily aware of the cards.
Exactly. I mean, okay, Arbiter might eat a bolt here, so he can then use his Misty. But that's the point. We want people to play the game on our terms, so it's kind of like a creature-based control deck in the fact that we make people twist their game plan to us. But I guess we play a Thalia here to make his bolt worse.
Yes, because we've got all the threat here, and we'll be able to flicker the Blade Splicer.
So Rest Ranger could save Arbiter from a bolt here. So we attack first, see if he's got a bolt. I mean, the other players play Thalia first, but I think saving the Arbiter keeps us the beatdown will have like a massive board presence, and he still won't have 3 lands.
Yeah. The other thing is, if we save the Arbiter, then we don't flicker the Blade Splicer next.
Yeah.
I play Thalia and leave it.
Think Thalia's better than.
You never know if he's main decking a Whip player.
Yeah.
Because we want to continue to pinch him on his.
Well, if he is Rug colours, it could be Scape Shift, or it could be Rug Rug Devil's not really a deck. Rug Twin. So Thalia is actually good in those matchups. So he's thinking long enough about Thalia. This is probably where Arbiter gets bolted. Yeah, there we go. So interestingly, we're still. Now he's going to remand Thalia. So interestingly, we were keeping off a land, and now we're still kicking off spells. We have seen no green sources, so we allow that to happen, and let's replay Thalia again for 2. He's digging down to get into the game. So this looks like Twin to me, but we haven't seen another mana source, unless he knows the game's going badly, so he's just not going to reveal 3rd colour.
Yeah, it could be pushed for fetches. So playing him.
So in hindsight, keeping the rest open to protect the Arbiter could have been correct, or probably was correct, but hindsight's beautiful.
I don't know. I'd rather save the Blade Splicer and.
That's quite a blowout.
That is quite the blowout.
Yeah, so the resto play was right, but like I said, you never know. Play this out. Beat for 3. Resto's up to protect the Javelin here. Because, that Javelin here beats is important.
He's killed lilies and he's killed players.
I wish I could mark notches onto him as like a head count. There's a Flame Slash, and we aren't protecting Golem with our Resto, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that this is either some sort of blue-red moon or Twin. Probably Twin. Twin's more likely. It is like 9% of the meta.
Do we want to flash in Resto at the end of his turn, just to keep the pressure
force
up?
Him to tap out with a remand or a leak. But if he leaks it, he's in a very good position because he's got 5 cards in hand. So he knows what he's drawing off that because of the previous versions.
So think of game 2. Militant's
Yeah,
definitely coming in just to eat up all
He's
those
gonna be playing
spells
that down.
on the off chance.
Right, let's see if he's got leak. If he's got remand, it's pretty bad for him. Well, not bad for him, but doesn't do it. It's just a 10 play. No. Didn't get the sweet value of an extra like damage off the Japanese, but you know, what can you do? Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, we'll flick.
Representing lethal next turn.
Okay. Right, we go in
That's good.
for here.
Could we see a javelin kill?
Didn't have a counter spell there. Is it worth us playing Resto in our main phase while he's tapped out?
The only thing that would bother us there would be Vapor Snag or
Yeah.
something similar. So, based on that
I think we
argument,
just play Resto.
yeah,
here,
why not?
and he's got to deal with both Restos or die. Okay, so what he could have is a Remand or Leak. No, he doesn't. So I was thinking he was holding it up because he's going to Cryptic stall us. But no, it looks like he's just dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana this turn. He can't Cyclonic Rift us back to 0. Cryptic buys him 1 turn. No, got it. So Arbiter, with the opponent failing to understand how Arbiter works on Magic Online, was a success. Right, okay, so Dryad Militant comes in. At this point, Javelineer stays in because it obviously kills Pestamite.
Yeah, if he's playing Twin.
One. I'm pretty sure it's Twin. I just doubt it's like blue-red control. It's not Storm. Relic Water is slower. I mean, sometimes you get the sweet interaction of vialing Relic Water in an instant speed, but yeah, exactly.
But he hasn't really got that many targets.
Firewalk is probably better. Ratchet Bomb is not perfect. See, Python Needle here, you name Exarch or Pestamite, it turns the combo off for one of the 2 pieces. Disenchant obviously comes in, Dawn Charm comes in, and Celestial Purge comes in because it kills Twin. Right. We have a ring, because the rings are slow, so we get under 1 ring.
Yeah, Metamorph isn't brilliant here because he's not going to be able to copy anything of note on his side.
No, because Magnara
same
can
with
kill instant
Magnara.
speed.
I don't think she's going to have any time.
Thinks our life total is probably largely relevant unless he goes on the burn plan.
Cannot.
But with Dryad Militant, the burn plan gets worse for him.
Yeah.
Probably cut an Arbiter. 1 more cut to make. I mean, Mark of Asylum is fine here. Oh. Over a Firewalker?
I'm hesitant to suggest Path Flexile because he's not playing that many creatures, and if he is going on the burn plan, it will only be hit snappies.
Combo out, but I want to have 4 main deck. Well, we do have 4 main decks because we've got Celestial Purge, Dawn Charm, Disenchant to fuck with his. Well, Dawn Charm only puts off for a turn, where Celestial Purge and Paths stop it dead.
Yeah.
Disenchant.
So maybe we take Dawn Charm out.
Can dispel a burn spell, but you're right. And do we want that core Firewalker? I've just put Mark of Asylum in because it means that he can't Pyroclasm, Anger of the Gods, Whip Flare, burn our guys down. Core Firewalker's a legitimate card. Is there anything in the main deck here that we feel is bad? Is Brimaz too slow? Weird to say.
I don't think so.
It does.
He survives bolts. Could cut the other way, really nice.
I mean, if he plays a Battle
if he's going to go combo.
You know, we've got other ways of dealing with it, I guess. Yep, fine. Let's run that back.
Sweet.
So we are on the play.
Draw.
That's what I meant. I just didn't say it. Right, that seems like a fine start. We're not getting Thoughtseize, so turn 1 Militant to turn 2 Thalia.
Yeah.
He'll probably bolt the Thalia at that point. Mangara's also fine here. So we've got a curve that deals with his stuff, slows him down, interacts with him. And we've got a path as well, which we can keep up from turn 4 onwards. I think he's just trying to get into good habits as
Straight
opposed to
in with
fucking
the
up against the
scoring
Arbiter again
style.
next time.
Or it could be...
If you waste the bolt on that, I'll be completely happy.
Yeah, just giving him some versatility. Some visions maybe here.
Vision tool. Oh no, it's Dismember. A Dryad Militant. So Militant just did 4 damage, right?
Okay.
Both.
It did. It's going to be pretty sad when we play the second one.
Let's play Plains, play Thalia. So Dryad Militant turned into a fucking Vexing Devil, but made him discard a removal spell, so that's perfectly fine. Right, counterspell mana up.
Flicker Wisp up.
Militant,
So I
and then
think-
play Mangara
yeah,
next
Militant.
turn. Because we've got path,
Yeah.
haven't we? If he Pestimites on end step here,
I think
we
so.
can-
Yeah.
Well, if he Pestimites on end step, he still can't play Twin next turn without killing Thalia, but he could. I can't Pestimite untap his land Bolt because of Thalia. Like, that's how good Thalia is. She's really fucking with him here. And sometimes she fucks with him more than you know because you can't see his hand.
Sometimes you fuck them so much you don't
so I
need
was
to
too busy
attack.
talking through how good Thalia is, and I didn't use the best thing about her, her front end. That was dumb. That's pretty good here.
That's value. Even
Yeah.
at 4.
Play a Tech Edge, play Mangara while he's tapped out then. Next turn we've got Mangara or Vesto Angel online, so we can go for a Steam Vents blow up. So we tap
So
Mangara.
just run us through how that interaction
Exile and
works.
Mangara is part of the resolution of the ability, not of... Oh, we might need to go score here. Oh, motherfucker. So Mangara is dead. But what would happen is, we'd tap it to exile target permanent and he exiles himself as part of the resolution. We flicker him before resolution happens. He comes back into play. There's still a target, so the ability resolves and the other permanent's removed from the game. So yeah, it's a sweet interaction, but I think he's aware of it. Okay, so... So we run out our castle. It's pretty at Tech Edge, let's be honest. And we Flicker Wisp now to put a beat on board.
Yeah, because that also gives us
Yeah.
Restoration,
So let's
Angel, Flicker Wisp.
Flicker out his...
It's got to be, yeah, it's one of the events,
It's
because
only
you have to
vertical,
decide
so you can flip
whether it
red
comes back
and
into
bolt
play to
flickers,
hurt him.
really. There it is. So he should be on 13 because I fucked up, didn't I, face of F16 through my turn.
Yeah, so one of the other attractions to note is the Flicker Wisp's ability will go off whether he's on the trip,
Yeah.
whether he's dead or not. So
Some
the
people, the
thing
way it
will always
looks on
come back.
MTGO, it looks almost like an O-ring effect. Or something like that, or that the cards protect underneath him, but that's just how MTGO denotes it. So we've got Path Mana up here, so he can't necessarily twin us for the win. Unless he's playing the Pact of Negation variant, which is... Oh, that's a thing, that he was targeting a Django Castle and I was too busy talking to realise. Seems like when we... No, we'll get a land.
Can we
back
Ghost Quarter
untapped.
a land?
So he wins off the combo now because I'm too busy talking for YouTube. Or he just doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. So we lucked out there.
Good to know.
That's a guy that will fucking kill us. He is so going to kill us. Obing's good against that. So post board, he is rocking fucking houses.
Do we want to... I maybe resto, hold up path
Yeah,
in case
so
he
no, we,
gets
don't
it.
we can resto on his turn, can't we? So we use
just
our
pass.
Ghost Quarter, pass the turn, see what he draws. So we know when he draws twin now. But so he bolts us for 3.
Okay, so man has been
On the upside of
revealed.
Resto Angel always survives a countless bolt. So there is that.
That's true. And then we know he is
Now we
remanded.
cast Resto, right? Yeah, it's fine.
He casts remand in response.
I mean, it allows us to dig for twin, but we get Resto back and we have path mana still. Yep. That's fine, Ramanda's gone, so he's got 2 cards in hand we don't know of. And we know they're not twin. So here we start taking Vial up because Vial will allow interaction, steady interactions later. If the game goes long enough.
But might do if we
We've
tech edge
got-
one of his red sources.
If we play Core Firewalker
Firewalker
here, he can
survives
exile cast
box.
on end step and tap our only white source, leaving us open to a twin. Yeah, I mean it's a risky. We can if we want to
Okay,
play
so we can't do
risky,
that.
but yeah, I don't think that's a good idea after we let him draw a card last turn, especially. So we just pass the turn. We can flicker it in off of Aether Vial next turn. Not flicker it, sorry, flash it in
Same play as last
off
time.
of Vial next turn. I mean, if this is a clique, that's pretty dangerous. There's the second Exarch. We don't care about that. We have to hold path ready for when he twins, because he hasn't got mana open. If he plays another land, then we've got...
Well, my thought is now that his tech edge is down, do we
Tech
want to...
Edge.
tap,
Yeah,
blow
no, we
up?
do. That's completely right, because then it puts him off the ability to remand whatever we're casting. And so, because if he goes up to 6 mana, he's got remand / leak plus Splinter Twin. So remand is bad because it doesn't stop path, but
The other thing is, if we take out the steam vents, he won't be able to
Yeah,
split to
that's
anything
very
without,
true,
without another red source. And we'll know if he draws a land because you have to reveal it to us, right?
exactly. So that
Because
does take him
it's
off twin.
For now. And
He
we've
draws
still got
twin.
mana open for past turns.
Oh,
Fe-
that's good. Right, so we will know when he draws. He is like 5ing us a turn though. I mean, that's quite the clock.
Yeah, that's an issue. And we can't path.
So we
'cause
only
we've taken
path this
down.
one for twin. But we're going to play Core Firewalker now. Probably play it in our turn, so we get life gain off anything he casts. So we play that. We put in Core Firewalker now.
And then we've got
Indeed.
Resto Angel
So-
up and path up.
This guy also blocks one of these, that turns the clock down a little bit. So now we kind of want to draw land so it doesn't bolt the shit, but at the same time we don't want to draw on a mountain. Right, you draw an island, so then he draws an extra card.
Island.
So he plays his island. Still 2 unknown cards, one is twin. So we resto here, right? And if he has leak, he has leak. Yeah,
Yep,
That'd
seems
be
fair.
bad.
Just don't tap all the white sources.
does that resolve? And if it does, we double block it. Cryptic command. Counter draw. Sure. Block an Exarch. Take 1. Like, we will just either carry us if this game goes on and on. Celestial Purge does. So does this enchant actually. Right, we tick this up to 3.
That's true.
Ooh. It does block. It blocks once I
Spice
call
of
Firewalk to
blocks.
actually kill an Exarch. Well, the thing on block does anyway.
Yeah.
So we don't attack.
The actual splicer here. No.
He reveals another Exarch.
Flashing Blade Splicer.
It allows him to
on
actually have double red mana this turn. But not he can't Exarch and Twin, but it's still relevant. God damn you, Keranos. That's a harm. Okay. 3 cards in hand, 1 Twin, 1 Exarch.
See, and the benefit of the vial here allows us to be able to flash in the Blade Splicer without potentially all our white mana.
It also means you can't count stuff,
pass.
which is incredibly unnatural with this. We're on 6.
We are indeed. Good turns, potentially. Right, so...
Start to tap the gold. So yeah, we are losing this tempo game. Go to 5. Means we are dead to... No, we're not dead, but... It's getting there.
Yeah, well, it doesn't change the clock either way if we...
Okay, and no, you know what, I'll suck that up, because that will possibly keep us in the game. That's not a Finks. It does for good Blade Splicer though. So, you know. Okay, so he gets another red source, he's got Twin online.
So we need to keep... So we need to keep everything up, so we just need to pass back. Because if he bolts us, swings us everything, we're dead.
Right, what does he reveal off top? If it's a counterspell of some kind, then we're in a bad place. Spell Snare does not counterspell Path, so that's good. Now will he try... Does he try and kill Blade Splicer or Golem? No, he goes straight to our face, which makes perfect sense. That is definitely the correct play, yeah. I'll give him that.
Give him the one.
That's a snappy. What's he targeting? Yeah, I think that's going to happen.
Bolt kill us?
It will gain 1 life of it and go to 3 and then die. Concede to game 2. 3, sorry. Cancel. Let's let him play it out. He might fuck it up.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Target remand by accident.
Because we could violin a kitchen Finks here. No, we don't. We can't. So I'm not sure where we lost control of that game. Yeah, Keranos does that.
When Keranos came down, I feel. Yeah, he had a handful of...
Because we made a misplay. No, we didn't know it was going to misplay until afterwards, so, you know.
That's true. Right, okay, so we know he's got Keranos.
Relic Warders
so do
are
the
big
Relic
bodies
Warders
that deal with Keranos. Mangara's too slow, and Mangara also dies to... He's not too slow because it's a controlled deck, but dies to Electrolyze.
Yeah.
But he probably has no way of dealing with it. Let's cut some stuff at dice to Electrolyze.
Or a Javelin ears.
I haven't seen a Pestamite either, so he might be on just only the Exarch plan, so...
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
We're on the play as well, which is a massive advantage with our deck.
So
we'd like to play first. Yes, we would. Would you want to keep that?
One planes, and we are off to the races.
Or vial, even. So that's what? 12 plus... Yeah, we might get it.
But it does. This hand does fine. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's better, I think. Turn 1 Militant.
I think Vial's better because
we can get away with
turn
1 Militant in this matchup as opposed to a turn 1 Vial.
Otherwise, he's... Oh no, he's still not counterspelling it because we're on the play.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not going to be able to cast our Leonin Relic Warder unless we drop planes.
Dryad,
So
yeah.
our
I
turn
mean,
to
if we
play
put
my
the...
Aethervial. Anyway, Aethervial Militant too. No,
Okay,
we
that
don't want
makes
to
sense.
play 2 Militants because we'll get electrolyzed.
So Grimmy. But Militants are good against Grimmy, so that's fine. Right, we offer the trade. Begin combat. Then we play a Relic Warder. No, sorry. Yeah, different cards.
Yeah. Yeah. Tap edge, keep the mystery of a path to exile
So,
up.
Dry Militant is really good against Grimmy, so that doesn't fuel it.
Yeah, because any instant sorcery he casts goes straight into his exile zone, not his graveyard, so he can't use
play
them to
fetch
get
lands that do it.
the damage.
If that's a Steam event, so you might play untapped and bolt a Militant, which I'm again happy with. But he hasn't got a bolt. Let's tick that up, yes. Right, we've drawn awkwardly into a second colourless source, so there's a lot of things we can draw here that aren't live. That's live. And it could eat a spell snare here.
Yeah, because he played his land untapped, so he almost probably does, because he didn't bolt our Dryad
His turn would have made more sense, I guess. But then maybe he's got bolt and snare in hand. So do we not? We don't run Thalia into that, do we? We wait for it. We wait for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if he bolts.
I think we attack in again.
Plays. Just play another Militant. Oh yeah,
we can do it in response to any spell he casts.
Because otherwise Val's doing nothing. Nothing. Wow.
And it also means that he took 2 damage there.
Did it to temper us off of playing something.
True.
Well, if he can't electrolyze.
But we'll get that parity back next turn if we use the file play Dryad.
Let's go to end step. Right click this. Do you want to use it? Yes we do. Does he bolt it? No, he does not. Tick this up.
Right, I think Thalia's got to come
hello.
in off the ether file, because we're definitely smelling a spell snare, aren't we?
Do we just snare it in now? So whatever he casts costs more.
Yeah.
He can't electrolyze this turn, and even if he does,
He also puts Kyranos back to turn
so
6, which is pretty sweet.
There's a clique. If he takes a Relic Warder, then it's almost certain that he's got a Kyranos in hand.
Kyranos in hand.
All Bat's gone. Who do you target? Himself. No, he's looking at our hand, sorry. I'm misreading how... Why is MTGO putting red things on his head then? Like, what? How confusing. He chose not to move anything. I think. Yes, we would to use an ability. So, electrolyze next turn is pretty back-breaking.
True. The fact that he didn't get rid of anything suggests to me that he probably doesn't have a Bataskull or a Kyranos.
And
hence these those two as both redundant cards that he can deal with.
Or he hasn't got the fourth land. If he plays the fourth land now, he'd probably tech edge it away.
I think he doesn't want to give us any more gas. Oh yeah, we definitely tech edge whatever when he plays it.
You might have a bolt here, so that's fine.
I think.
Yeah, we
sweet.
do. Right, okay, so we're not in such an awkward position.
Yeah, we want to take that up for Flicker Wisp.
Do we sandbag the planes because he doesn't know what it is? Because it puts everything online, yeah, that's right, isn't it? Because Yeah.
I think so.
Because he knows what these two are, so it's not even like we can fake a resto.
And we're ahead in the race.
Which is how we've won quite a lot of games, to be honest.
Thalia beat down.
Lightning bolts.
She's damn good with that rapier.
Yeah, sure. Well, we can't, it's end step.
Need less spell snare mana up as well for the second one, perhaps.
Just keep it on 2 to give us countable Lean and Relic Water.
Oh, of course it is.
And 9 countable Thalia. So there is a potential that we've misplayed there. But being able to violin Flickwisp on our end step is actually going to be brutal for him because of how we've been taxing him for his mana. So if we do draw a Flickerwisp, it's really good here.
Yeah, definitely.
That's right. I was thinking of something else.
No
Spare planes. Right, okay. So do we play a Thalia into a manned or man leak or spell snare? Yes.
Yeah, we've got to play down threats, and
Okay.
you know, if he's got
We'll
it,
keep him off that
fair
fourth
enough.
land.
Yep, there it is.
No fourth land.
Take it to 2.
No, we keep both because if he plays a fourth
I
land, we
think
just
we
block 2 of his
play the
lands.
planes, hang on to the tech edge 2, just in.
And if he gets to Pester Mine response, we just don't care.
Good
If
job.
Pester Mine's now, we care. If Pester Mine's now, we're in deep trouble. Pester Mine Exarch. 6 cards in hand. Oh dear. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Firing off an incredibly valuable card in this matchup for him.
That tries
To our face.
to the
draw a card,
face.
so yeah.
To
He
draw
wants that
cards,
extra
so
land.
he
If he
must
plays
be
another land now, he just
really
goes down
stuck.
to 2 lands, which is really good for us. So we might even get to a point where we can have him with no lands in play for his turn, or something ridiculous. Okay, no.
I think his plan is just to sit on all the removal forever.
There's a card that does.
We are
things.
down on the clock as well. Aha!
We can't double tech edge if we play it though. Yeah, we can. We're gonna play land this turn. Remand, spell snare. That's fine. Player planes past turn, yeah.
That's cool.
Well, yeah, he's
Yep,
got a really
definitely.
good card now because if he plays a fourth
this is
land,
where the
we
mana
draw 2
demand plan
lands,
really
and if we
comes
get to
into
resolve
play.
Arbiter next turn, we just Ghost Quarter off one of his lands again, and that wrecks him. He can't let that Arbiter cat and
Yep, and then we
taxes.
just beat him very slowly to death with kitty cats.
For 2. That's fine. Because in response
Engineered
to activate Blow Up
explosives
Arbiter,
for 2.
we blow up one of his lands.
Hey.
Thing is, our tech edges get worse if we blow up one of his lands. Oh wow, if we Flicker Wisp his explosives out, it goes to 0. Which actually means
That it does.
But here, we can actually put him on 1 land next turn, force him to use his explosives on our Arbiter and give us a 3-1 beater. Can't we?
Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
Right. So, we just Ghost Quarter in response to his Engineered Explosives crack, right? Oh no, he can't crack it. If we take off lands, he can't crack it.
Yes.
What am I on about? Right, okay. So we flicker wisp in to take off that land, right? No, wait, how do we do this? We'll flash flicker wisp in our end step. Let's play an arbiter now.
We need to
spells
flash.
mana up. If he does,
Yeah.
he does.
If he does, why would he have played Engineered Explosives on 2?
We just blow that fucking land up now, right? I mean, our tech edge is now probably never get to blow up a land, but in all fairness, I think it's correct just to keep him on a very low. Ooh, interesting. Do we save our bonus here? He'll get to search.
So if he bolts in response, he's able to go and get a land. If we flicker it, he still gets to go
waste
and
his
get a land.
explosives on arbiter. Or we could just next turn, we could just main phase relic ward to get rid of explosives. We can also flicker arbiter out and just give us 7 power on board. Is that the correct thing to do here?
That's also a thing we could do.
Don't forget we still got tech edges to turn after if he does play multiple lands. I think that's right. We just go on the full-on beatdown now.
That's true. Okay. Yeah.
Because explosives here is saving him from our 2/2 drops, isn't it? But it's not going to get to, so. Go ahead, find your land. I mean, his land might land bolt something again. Oh, if he bolts relic ward, some engineers could look as a 0. That's fine. At least we're not getting surprised by by Keranos or Batasco next turn because they'll be on 4 lands. So that's relevant. This means he's got to have something pretty fucking good, or we start to wreck him. Pestamite's flashing in to tap down one of our guys and block. Flicker Wisp is pretty good. But a fetch land here is a tempo play as well for us, isn't it? Because he can't fetch and play stuff.
We have yet to see one.
Yeah, and we've yet to see a Pestamite, so... One thing about this deck is just what choices to make. Right, he can tech edge us off a tech edge, which puts him...
Absolutely, I mean, that's I think the trouble.
If he doesn't do that, he's a moron. No, because he might need to dash something in. What do we draw?
True.
Do we just... Okay. Sure? Yeah, so...
Do we blow up his steam vents? Blow up his tech edge?
I'm going to get was priority.
Do both.
Float to blue.
No bolt in our immediate
So
future.
Clique can block Flicker Wisp, but we spin with Arbiter and Flicker Wisp here, don't we? And leave Relic Water. Oh no, Relic Water doesn't really matter if he dies now, because the 0 explosives does not matter.
Yeah, because it comes back in as a
He'll
0.
be able to kill cat soldiers and golems.
He'll be able to kill cat golems.
I think it looks like he's targeting himself, but I don't really know them, MTGO.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely targeting
bashing
himself.
the team,
Yeah. He's digging for a land. Dispel. Did he side that in? I really hope he sided that in, because that's bad here. I guess no, it protects the combo in his path, so... But yeah, whatever.
That is...
And just bash with the team.
Yep, go team.
2 turn clock on board. There's the Tarn that he can only fetch with if he pays 2 mana.
It's an expensive turn. See, times like this is where the deck
Yeah, we just
kind of
at
starts
some
to
point in
fall
the game
down a
you're
little
gonna draw
bit 'cause
mana,
our
aren't you? The
end
problem.
game threats.
Pay 2, failed to pay 2, lol.
Yeah.
No Exarch or Pestamite for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, he fucked up the interface there. I mean, in paper people won't do that, so I've got to remember the free wins I get off of that online I won't get in paper. Okay, snappy blocks.
That's true.
Blocks the Arbiter here, right? Oh, he just takes it all.
Unless he doesn't realise that the
I
engineer's
think he might have
explosives will come back with no
conceded that point
charges on it.
That was his plan.
I think
yeah.
so. I think his plan was to snappy bolt, maybe.
But then he can't snap his
And then
bolt and
block
pay to
kill.
search. So he might have just forgot what Arbiter does. So he couldn't have done all that together, could he?
True.
So he's alive for a turn. Unless he plays another snappy. But if he's on snappy
Again,
flash
yes.
blocker duty, we're
Yep.
yeah, that's fine.
Those
All
are
we know
sad
is we've got a
snappies.
3-drop creature in hand. We haven't. We are low on clock. He might just try and clock us out.
Yeah, that's the downside of all the decisions that we have to make. But the more we play next,
So really-
the faster we'll get those decisions.
Our worst draw here is Golem, isn't it?
Enjoy your engineering business.
Whatever.
Yes.
We flashing off Vial was a uncountable. He still has to detonate this because it cost him 2 mana. So if you flash it in and he's played something in his turn, no sound visions. No sound visions. Incoming 3-turn clock. A 3-turn clock that makes him tap out. There we go. Okay.
Straight up concession.
Sure. Cool. Okay.
Sweet.
So.
One win.
So 1 win in. I mean, we can still drop a game and be in prizes because the prizes are on 3 wins and 4 wins. It's not a single in. So join us for game 2.
Almost went to time.